Hello, welcome to Waypoint Survival. Today let's talk about the top 5 reasons why you should take a survival and bushcraft class. Stay tuned. So I get asked this question quite a bit. Why should I take a survival and bushcraft class? And I have different answers that I give different people, and so depending on their skill level, depending on their experience, are they an experienced woodsman, are they a beginner, just getting started in bushcraft and survival. But I've come up with about 5 different answers that I give people over the last little while since I started my school that I really want people to kind of think through the reasons why they would take a survival and bushcraft class, either from us or from another instructor. Reason number 1, you don't know what you don't know. You may have hunted and fished and been in the outdoors, maybe done a lot of camping and backpacking for many years, but many people lack in their skill set. Their knowledge base isn't filled in or complete. And so what we do in our survival training and bushcraft classes is we help fill in those gaps in your knowledge base as well as in your skills so that you have a much better idea and a much more well-rounded approach to how to make do in the outdoors. And of course what we cover in our classes are 7 basic survival priorities, and I did make a video about this and I could put a link right up here. But anyway, it is first of all fire, water, shelter, food, signaling, navigation, and first aid. And those 7 priorities are very, very important. And you may know bits and pieces of one or the other, but again, like I said, you don't know what you don't know. Number 2, some skills are best learned with an instructor. You can watch a lot of YouTube videos and you can even read books about it and look at all the line drawings and the pictures, but there's nothing like having someone standing with you showing you exactly how that skill is to be done. It can save you a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of frustration. And so one of the things that we experience in our class is I'm there as an instructor and the other people that help me, we actually are there with you to show you, and especially when it comes to friction fires and other kinds of skills that it's just difficult. There's so many nuances of things that can go wrong, and if you don't get all of those particular things right, it can really throw it off and make you unsuccessful. And there's a lot of frustrated people out there. So that's reason number 2. Reason number 3, taking a class forces you to develop your skills instead of just watching them on YouTube. There are a lot of people who have gone to Amazon, or they go to Walmart, or they go to some local store, or they've bought and purchased some gear, and they're really excited about it, and they pack it all in their backpack, and they feel like they're ready to take on the world. If some event should happen and some survival scenario should come along, they feel confident that they've got the gear, they've got the stuff, and in their own mind they're going to rise to the occasion. The truth of it is that there's a lot of people that don't really know how to use the gear that they own. And there's a saying in the survival and bushcraft world that you're never going to rise to the level of your expectations. You will always fall to the level of your training. And if you don't have any training, and if you haven't practiced, if you don't own those skills, you're going to find that you may be sadly lacking at the very time when you're going to need those skills. So that's a really important reason. You need to be forced under supervision to actually develop those skills. Reason number 4, wild edible and medicinal plants are best learned from someone in person that is experienced, that knows what they're talking about. So many books and a lot of videos, they don't quite adequately cover all the bases. And there's some great videos, there's some great teachers, and we can all learn a lot from YouTube. I've watched a lot of videos, but the best thing is to get out there with someone who actually knows what they're doing, can show you how it's processed, how to fix it, how to eat it. And one thing about wild edible and medicinal plants, I have a friend in the military who told me many years ago, he said, you can eat almost anything that moves, but plants will kill you. That's a pretty good information there, and I've tried to keep that in my mind, and I teach that to my students. There are so many poisonous plants, and there are many poisonous lookalikes to some very good wild edibles. So I would recommend that you go to a survival and bushcraft class, go to a wild edible medicinal class, so that you can actually learn from an experienced person who knows what they're talking about to protect your health, the health of the loved ones, and especially if you're in a survival situation, that becomes very, very important. Reason number 5, you will gain a lot of confidence in your own skill level and your abilities to survive if you take classes and training from a skilled, qualified instructor. And this is especially true for younger students, but it's very, very true really for all people. And I've taught some young people in my class who they just thoroughly enjoyed it. And I remember one of the boys came up to me after one of our classes and he said, I feel like a man. He had got some man skills, you know, and it really thrilled him to be able to, you know, start fires and process wood and build a shelter, and he really felt like he had accomplished something in his life. And we all need to instill confidence in our young people and teach them as we grow older, and we don't want these skills to die out. So it's very, very important that we pass the knowledge along. But it's also important for us adults that we have confidence that should a situation arise and should some drastic thing happen, we would hope not, but if it would, we would find ourselves in that survival situation, that we would have the skills and the confidence to provide for our loved ones and for ourselves. This is James Bender for Waypoint Survival. Please like, share, and subscribe. And make sure and press the bell button to stay notified of all of our upcoming videos. And we'll talk to you next time. This is James Bender for Waypoint Survival. Please like, share, and subscribe. I got a truck running in the background. It just... This is James Bender for Waypoint Survival.